So Adventures Made Real. It's official, Minecraft is coming to Merlin and we're going to get some themed rides. So, let's get into it and talk about little bits that we know. In case you don't know who we are, hi, I'm Elise from Coaster Castle and you're watching Coaster Castle. So, let's get into it and have a little bit of a look into what we know so far following the reveals today from Merlin Entertainment and Mojang themselves. So what we know as of this morning is that Mojang, who are the people who currently hold the rights to Minecraft, and Merlin Entertainment have officially come together to create an agreement that they are going to be bringing the world of Minecraft to life in their theme parks and attractions all over the world. Now, as of this morning, we know that they have agreed to put a £85 million investment into the first sort of phase of this sort of attraction development. This will see two attractions at first to come together, one being based in the US and one being based in the UK. Both of these will be a mixture of different things really, ranging from rides, experiences that will be quite immersive from what we're seeing, food offerings, retail offerings, and of course accommodation offerings as well. Now, full details of this haven't fully been disclosed just yet, but we have had some concept images that have been shared along with the announcement this morning that will hopefully help us shed a bit of light on the situation and try and work out a little bit more about them. So if I just pull up the images on the screen as well, so I'll pop them over there so you can see them. Just load them up. So I'm going to do them in a bit of a different order to what most people have probably done them in. So we'll start off with the one which kind of like, it kind of looks a bit like a sort of forest with sort of, I want to say cherry blossom trees. I'm not very good at trees, so hopefully I've got that right. But I've got the kind of trees going on. There's all little bees. Now, I personally love the Minecraft bees. They're so adorable. I think they're really cute. So really great to see that they've picked out some of those creatures that they've got in these concept images. Again, this one looks like it's quite an interactive one, kind of giving that interactive, immersive experience vibe, interactive play vibe as well. So you've got the different sort of creatures there that the guests are interacting with. You've also got these sort of villagers stood off in the corner with a sort of, what looks like a sort of shop behind them, retail unit potentially. Can't quite get too many details from that, obviously it's Minecraft and also early day concept images, but it does look like they are going to be looking at bringing in some immersive, interactive themes for people really to get the play part of the gaming world into this sort of new experience that they've created from the Minecraft in real life. So I think that's really quite cool in there. And again, I like that they've gone with some of the weird and wonderful colours, like the sheep over there in the back that's a bit like bluey greeny colour as well. So that'd be quite cool. It'll be a bit whimsical, quite magical. Obviously the ceiling in that image as well looks like an indoor activity area, potentially indoor area. Could be based in one of the interactive areas, something similar to Lego Discovery Centre, though you know they're quite enclosed sort of attractions. But again, a bit too early to say, and we'll talk about where I think they're going to go a bit later on in the video. So, have a looking at the next one. We've got the sort of Minecraft village. Now, this one very clearly, from what it looks like and from what I've just said about accommodation, this looks like it's going to be an accommodation option. It may not be stage one for this sort of development, but it does look like something they're thinking of down the line. We've got a sort of play area at the back there, which again, who doesn't love a play area, you know? All of the accommodation options that we've seen for the family sort of attractions in the UK, you know, Alton Towers, and then if we look over at Chessington as well, Legoland, they have always got some sort of play structure nearby the accommodations. So yeah, that adds up and makes a lot of sense really. Looks like we've got kind of a bigger sort of building at the front, sort of like check-in desk kind of thing, or food and drink restaurant kind of thing, very similar to like Crooked Spoon. They've got Alton Towers, and then at the back you've got more little huts. Again, it's kind of giving that kind of fairy tale sort of enchanted village vibe that again Alton Towers has got, but there could be potential for again bigger accommodation options such as the tree houses that they've got at Alton Towers. Quite a few comparisons to Alton Towers on that one there, as you can see. And then the third image we've got a sort of big entrance portal Minecraft gate. Very similar to sort of like the World of Jumanji signing at Chessington, where you've got the big sort of entry in the World of Jumanji up on top. Sort of these sort of entrance portals to kind of bring you into that land from the previous areas that you've been in. Then yeah, that's pretty much a straightforward entrance portal, lots of Minecraft elements to it. But it's, if we go and look at the back of it a bit more, there's a few more elements there that I think are quite interesting. So at the very back, we've kind of got obviously a track going over the back end. That's kind of giving me that kind of roller coaster element that they're looking at putting in. So one of the rides that they're going to look at adding, hopefully, based off this image, will be a roller coaster. Now, obviously Minecraft, one of the biggest things in Minecraft that you can do, or a lot of people do, or I definitely do, is make roller coasters. because you can make that with the mine tracks and mine cars, and yeah, they're quite fun to make. Obviously, it's no Planet Coaster, but it is still quite entertaining. A lot of people, I think, just decide to make them into entertaining rides instead of using them for the actual purpose of mining. But everyone has their own thing in Minecraft, and that's what makes it great. So I do think that could be hinting at a mine-themed roller coaster at some point in one of these attractions. But there's another thing as well, just kind of like on the far right of the entrance gate almost, at the very far back somewhere. There's kind of what looks like 3 different blocks. Now, there is something written above it, I just can't see, because it's quite a pixelated image I'm looking at. Now, this could be kind of something like those interactive experiences that we've seen at the World Nintendo, obviously with the Universal projects. It could be something like that, where you can go around and interact with things in that world to make things happen and maybe even earn a reward of some kind. That, you know, that sort of interactive, immersive experience is really quite positively received, especially with things like Pirate Takeover again at Alton Towers, where you do the trail and at the end you get yourself a reward. But also the stuff that I've been seeing and hearing about Universal looks like their sort of interactive stuff at World Nintendo has been going quite well as well. So it could be something like that. But at the moment, all we can really determine from them is Minecraft. You know, it's definitely Minecraft from what you're seeing there. And from what I can see there, it's like it will really bring the sort of world of Minecraft in quite nicely to the sort of theme park environment. You know, it does look very much like it will be a great fit. I think it's one of these IPs that is going to be very popular. Obviously, Minecraft, one of the biggest selling video games in the world. Everybody knows what it is. And then, of course, we do have that new movie coming out. I mean, I don't know what I think of the movie, I'll be honest with you. I've seen the trailer. It's entertaining, honestly. Not really sure what I think about the movie. You know, I know Jack Black's in it, but yeah, that could be quite interesting. But obviously, these investments are not connected to the movie by the looks of it. They're more focused on the game itself and the sort of base experience that everybody knows and loves, which is Minecraft, essentially. So, next sort of question that I obviously ask is, where is it going to go? So, I have one very confident theory, and then I have some slightly less confident theories. So, I'm pretty confident that it's going to be a Chessington project. A few reasons for this. Obviously, very successful IP investment with the world of Jumanji. That was very successful. Obviously, but also there's a lot of stuff that's penned for development over the next couple of years. So, a few different things, the planning documents have been going in. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that one, just because I really want to recommend you go out and check out Chessington Buzz, just because they are so much more in depth on that sort of thing. They've been keeping a lot closer on the stuff that's happening there than I have, and also they're really cool. So definitely go and check them out to find out a bit more as to what they know about those projects there. But there's a couple of projects penned to be developed there, potentially specifically over in sort of, there's a refresh project that they're looking at around the Mexicana area, and then there's also a bit which looks like it's penciled for Wild Asia. Now, again, going back to that picture that we had with the sort of entrance portal, I could see that working pretty well in that Wild Asia area of the park. It's one of those parts of the park that, as much as I like it, it does need something. Obviously, previous years it has been other developed areas of the park. It was Beano Land before it became Wild Asia. And some of the attractions there just haven't really had that much love for a while. You know, they have the Temple of Mayhem, which hasn't really had many balls recently and hasn't really been operating that much. Monkey Swinger, I have never seen the water jets ever working on it personally. I know they have been working, I've just never seen them. But there's a few other buildings and stuff there that aren't used quite as much as they have been in previous years. Like they had the one building at the back, which I remember used to be used for some of the Halloween stuff, and then it didn't come back another year, and it's sort of just been there. I think it's mostly been retail and stuff like that, but again, I've never really spent much time in there personally. And then we've also got to consider behind there is also where this sort of Explorer glamping used to be. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not fully sure on that because I never actually spent much time at Chessington down outside the park. But again, Explorer glamping, not too sure how well received it was, but we could have an opportunity for a Minecraft themed sort of village there, you know, at the back kind of thing. Very similar to sort of how the new sort of lodges at Legoland, forgot the word for a second there. Lodges at Legoland are sort of a different part of the park to the main accommodation there. We could see the same sort of thing happen with this, sort of have another accommodation a little bit further away. in a different part of the park, which they could then give different experiences to, such as early access to Minecraft, or even after hours access as well. So there's a few options there that they can play with if they do choose to go up there. I mean, I do think it's one of those areas of the park that is a little bit tired, and it could really benefit from that sort of development when that happens. Obviously, we're seeing markers for 2026, could be 26, could be 27, you know, quite a big project, quite expansive, but I think it's a good place to put it back up there, so I'm fairly confident Chessington. However, I do have another idea. It could this is a very slim idea I've got here. It could go to Legoland. Now, hear me out. The reason I say this, there is obviously Lego Minecraft, which is again a very popular Lego set that sells quite well, but also Legoland is one of the attractions that we know is also in America overseas, so obviously they're planning a US attraction and a UK one. Now they've got a couple of different Legoland sites over in America, such as Legoland Florida, but they've also got a few of the Discovery Centres, so we could see potentially, I think they've got a Discovery Centre, they might not, correct me on wrong on that one. So what we could see is Legoland gets one of each, you know, there's 2 Legoland options there. There's also opportunity then to expand it across other Legoland sites. But then again, I could be half right. The US investment could go to Legoland, and then we could see the UK investment go to Chessington, which then means there's also the opportunity down the line for all the other Legoland parks across the world to get a Minecraft investment too. But I think, like most people are probably saying online, quite likely it's going to be Chessington. I'm like 99% sure on that one, I'm going to say. Fairly confident. But then, obviously, there's going to be someone in the comments that says, what about Fort Park? Because they use Fort Park in the video. Now, I'm going to come out with that one and say that I think that was just a marketing tool, you know. It was the latest sort of investment from Merlin is Hyperia, and then, you know, Hyperia is the biggest investment that people across the globe are going to recognise immediately, and it tied in quite well with the clip that they had from Mojang. So I just think 2 and 2 together, and that's how you've ended up with that. I have no thoughts at all for it coming to Fort Park. Tiniest thought at one point that maybe Alton Towers would get it, obviously with the Project Horizon, but I don't think it's going to be Alton Towers. I mean, if it was going to be Alton Towers, I think they would have to consider the IP agreement for another area endings, such as World of David Walliams, just because, again, I don't know how long that particular area of the park has got left, and I do think it could be potentially reinvested to something a bit better and more of a relatable IP that people will enjoy a bit more, because I don't know how popular David Walliams books are at the moment, but yeah, fairly confident that's going to be Chessington, and I think that's where we're going to see that investment for the UK be. And for overseas America, I do think it might be Legoland, like potentially Legoland Florida, because that seems to be the one that's sticking in my head at the moment, so I think it could be there. But attraction wise, you know, there's a bit of opportunity that they can do there as well. So we've got the obvious one being the minecart roller coaster that I think would be a great idea, and especially because we've now seen the sort of Donkey Kong coaster that Universal's working on, you know, Minecraft coaster in similar sort of style. I think it'd work quite well. And then of course other things that we can think of, well, you've always got the potential for a good flat ride, you know, a good dark ride, a good boat ride. You imagine that a dark ride sort of themed around the world of Minecraft, it's in going through different biomes and exploring different things, meeting all those different creatures and stuff. That'd be quite cool. But then we've also got opportunities such as walk-through immersive experiences, which I absolutely love, honestly. So one of these things that they could easily do, similar to sort of like the Enchanted Forest, sort of mystical forest woodland thing that I've forgotten the name of again, in at Legoland, in Mythica. You've kind of got that walk-through there with the different creatures in different areas. We could see something like that happen with Minecraft. Or we could see some other sort of experimental, explorative sort of based things. I know other parks like Disneyland Paris, for example, you've got all the caves you can explore and experience over in the Adventure Isle sort of section. Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whichever they've named it now, Universal Studios, they had sort of a Camp Jurassic where you could explore through caves and caverns and forests there. You know, imagine that sort of thing, but on a Minecraft sort of design in a Merlin scale. I mean, that would be quite cool. You know, even if it was just like small sections that you could explore and just be part of that world, it'd be quite great. You know, the way that they'd be able to bring you in there and sort of have you immersed in it, especially when it's quite an interesting sort of world to look at as well. It could have some potential there as well for also interactive stuff. So I'll be interested in seeing what they do. Obviously, I hope that they do a sort of really cool sort of immersive sort of Minecraft mine theme section with all the little sort of sparklies and fun things in there. It's a big thing about Minecraft, apart from being creative, is about exploration. So if they can find a way to be creative and have that exploration element in this world as well, could be onto something quite good. So I reckon it's going to be quite exciting. I'm really, really excited to see what's happening with it. Looking forward to seeing what they do and finding out a bit more information as well, which hopefully won't be too far away, because the IAAPA, IAPA, can never pronounce it properly. That event is happening this week as well, I believe. So hopefully at that we'll be able to hear a bit more about what they're planning on doing, and maybe even get a bit more information as well, and maybe even some more pictures, who knows. But yeah, what do you think about the world of Minecraft coming to Merlin Entertainment? Are you excited about the idea? Are you not so excited about the idea? And if you are excited or not excited, what would you put in its place instead? Would you put in specific ride types for this area, or would you give it a completely different IP? Let us know what you think. But for now, this is Elise from Coast to Castle. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.